Hello everybody, my name is Drew and welcome back to more Feed the Beast. Hanging out here looking at our sweet ass contraption we started building last episode. And well, I will say this, it's a little different looking. You guys may or may not have noticed, and that's because I had to rotate it. In order to make it fit and work properly with the entire design, I had to kind of give a really old shift around, but now everything is where it needs to be and it's sort of working already. So, if you remember what we've got so far here, let's run down from top to bottom, because we're going to finish building this sucker today. So, from the front here, we've got our inscriber that's responsible for building the actual CPUs, a machine inventory manager, which I've already set up, with a trigger that this just triggers every so often. It's just on a set interval, which is right now like every 1 second, which is fine. And out of that is a flow controller, which says, hey, is there silicon? If there is no silicon, it'll get silicon and put it into the output, which needs to be readjusted because I broke it, which would be this guy, set target. Yeah, it should be down. Everything should be good. And then the other side will be the circuit, so it'll say, hey, you'll be targeting the chest. Look at the chest. Look for any of these items, which would be our printed logic, calculation, or engineering circuits. Sorry, that's the engineering. And then it's going to say, if there are those, we're going to output them again to the inscriber. Now, it's important with these ones. Like normally when you're doing the target, doesn't super matter when it comes to the generic inventories, like say chests. But with the actual inscriber, it does matter. Because there are 3 inputs. There is middle, top, bottom. Now, the redstone will only ever go in here, and we have this set to automatically put redstone in and then pull everything out when it's finished. So that means we need to differentiate between top and bottom for others. That's why they're labeled top and bottom. So it'll always put the circuits on one side and always put the silicon on the other. So if I were to put silicon in here, that should... Why are you not working? That's weird. You should work. Hold on. Output, inventory. Let's take a look. And then its target is down. That's interesting. Oh my! Fuck. Oh, okay, it's only a concussion creeper. How do you keep getting into my... Well, I mean, I reasonably know how they keep getting in here, but... Like, they're pathing from a really long way away to get me. Unless they're coming from within the base. Which I don't think they are. Well, there's a couple of spots here, I guess. Well, just throw one of these down. I hate putting torches all over the place like this, but I really need to button the base up at some point relatively soon. Okay, so why is this not working, I wonder? Blow, yeah, 2 output, that should be fine. But if I put... That is not down, sir. That's interesting. I wonder. Oh, I'm going to break that again. I wonder what's wrong with this. Because this should work a-okay. So that goes there. So now if I tell it I wanted to go inventory, target, that guy. Oh, sorry. No, we want it to go... We want to go inventories, target, the chest. Okay, so it's targeting that. That's fine. And then the output needs to be target. That's up is down, that's fine. Inscriber. So if I go back to our inscriber, there we go. For some reason it wasn't properly targeting that for whatever reason. I have no idea why. I guess I needed to reselect the target. So it'll be target up, activate, inventory, inscriber. Obviously we don't have any printed circuits right now, or else that should work just fine now. Okay, so we'll put that back. But yeah, so in the middle we have our 4 chargers, and this is set up with these. And now don't worry if you don't actually have a stack. This just tells it that whenever we're out, it should automatically try and restock us, right? So it's saying, hey, we want logic processors stack at a time, and it'll just try and keep these seated automatically. It's got a crafting card in it. And if you don't actually have a stack of, say, your pure nether quartz crystals, which I only had like 2 that I originally made with it, and I think I've only got the 1 left right now. Hold on, let's take a look. Yeah, because I just made the 1 set of seeds or whatever. Yeah, so I had to, all you had to do there is just click on it, and with the right click, and it'll eventually get more and more of them in there until you get to 64. So that's not a big deal. So we're all set up here, ready to go. These are all set up so that they are going to be putting in everything automatically. We have a dense energy cube, which you guys remember we built. This adds just a little extra storage just in case main power were to go out. There is 3.2 million RF in here, which gives it just enough power to keep this powered until I can fix main power should it go out. Obviously, we have our test rack providing energy. None of these are actually connected to an ME network, so for now, just because I wanted to power this thing, I've got a power cable running direct into this inscriber because I had a bunch of printed circuits left, which I don't know that I have any others. Let's take a look. If we can see this in action. Oh, I do. I've got a bunch of the engineering. So if I take these engineering ones out and I take some more of these, and if I grab some more silicon, because there's really no reason to keep any of that in here. And I go ahead and I toss all of these into the chest. You'll see that they start pulling things out. And, oh, gotta put our acceleration cards back in there. And then they automatically come back into this chest where they immediately go and sit here waiting to go into our AE network when it's eventually hooked up, which is what we're going to be doing today. So, like I said before, there's a multi-step process to this whole thing. And I actually forgot to link the finished product in the description box, so note to self, do that for this episode so you guys can actually follow along once it's built. But we're going to go ahead and actually construct this damn thing. And this is where it gets a lot easier, but slightly trickier in some regards. So I've had to make a few advanced machines that we're not going to be making use of right now, but it is a feature that I actually really wanted access to. And that would be wireless, which you can actually see the wireless receiver hanging out down here. And we're going to be making access to other wireless AE networks using the quantum ring. How badass is that? So, to get started here, I'm just taking a look at my notes. So we're going to need, let's grab, okay, we do have a couple blocks. So one of the other things we need to worry about is actually charging up crystals when we get there. So that's why I've got this handy guy called an item valve from Stu's Factory Manager. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put it kind of in the middle here. If I go like this. Wait, what's our height on this? Oh, we're going to need to go up, aren't we? So let's grab our handy dandy, oops, this guy, and actually we'll put our ring back on. And we'll say, hey, go ahead and knock this ceiling out. That way we have enough room to actually maneuver ourselves around here. Go this side. Remember, kids, don't knock out the wrong sections. Otherwise, you'll have to manually mine things one at a time, and nobody wants to do that. I mean, I don't want to do that. So I'm only assuming that you guys don't want to do that. Oh, did I actually... Oh, yeah, look at that. That's what I call freaking planning. So the top of it's going to end up in there. And this will work out just perfectly. Okay, can we land on that? Thank you. Okay. Crap. That's okay. I gotta fix this wall anyway. Okay, so we've got that going on. And now the trick here is you're actually going to have to go up 4 and then knock these 3 out. And that is because we need to put our item valve with the valve facing down. This does not work if you do it the other way. And you'll see why. Well, you should figure out why. Just by osmosis. Okay, so we've got that guy there. We've got the building block. Everything's pointed down. We'll remove all of our other blocks. So now we need to build our quantum ring and put down our terminal bottoms, which would be our IO port, cell workbench, and security terminal. And there's not really right way to put them in, but I'm going to put him, I could put him in the middle, put the cell workbench on the one side and security on the other. I'll put you guy there, and you right there. So then we have our security terminal, which we can use to encrypt things, our I/O port to transfer items from other cells into the network, and our cell workbench, which not really useful to us at this point in time, like a lot of things, but it will be useful at some point. Now, we can actually go ahead and build our bottom layer of the actual interface setup. So we have our quantum linking chamber here, which is not easy to make if you don't have a lot of resources. We have quite a lot of resources, so it's relatively easy for us to make. 4 quartz glass, super easy. This one's the kind of pain in the ass, because you need fluix, pure or regular fluix crystals and dust around an ender pearl. So unless you're well set up with mob farm and spend time making those items, you're going to have a rough time making that. And we need the ME quantum ring. So how this works is you put your quantum chamber in the center, and then you put your 8 quantum rings around the outside, like this. And you get yourself a quantum linking chamber. Not super useful yet, as we don't actually have a warp hole, but it's going to be built into the unit. And the nice things about these, you can bank these anywhere as long as they're connected by quantum energy, and then a tesseract to provide power, meaning if we had another base somewhere, we could easily just link into the existing ME network and expand its storage using the quantum link chamber. How badass is that? Now, for the outside, it's pretty easy to make. We're going to grab our controllers. We're also going to grab our crafting storage units and our co-processing units. And we're going to go ahead and start building the actual processing CPUs. So now, unlike the previous versions of AE2, processing is not done, like I said, in the molecular assembler chamber that was one big singular multi-block. It's still a multi-block, but it's really different compared to the original one. We've already seen the molecular assembler chamber. Now we need to actually have the thing that builds stuff, and those are the crafting CPUs. And it used to be the crafting CPU was a block that you put inside the Mac, or the molecular, we'll call it a Mac. You put the wow, I'm mixing my words up here. You put the crafting CPUs inside a Mac along with pattern providers. And that was what made your multi-crafting, auto-crafting work. This is a little different. Your CPUs are much larger in terms of actual physical size, because the CPU is, well, I will show you. So we're going to grab our ME controllers, and as you would expect, we'll be putting them on the edges, like that. And now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our crafting storage and our co-processing units. So the crafting storage, as one would expect, is where you actually have room within which to craft something. You can use 1Ks, it doesn't really make that much of a difference, but you would just need a lot more of them to make up the room when you're making large items or large orders of items. Those items need to be stored somewhere while they're being crafted. Co-processors allow for multiple actions to be done at once. So the way we're going to build this is we're going to take our co-processors, put them on the ends, and then take a 16K crafting storage and put it right there. And ladies and gentlemen, we have an extremely basic crafting CPU. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Right? We're going to put our co-processor or crafting storage in the middle, like that. And the nice part is that this links up and it starts to power everything as well. At least it should, if I've done things correctly. I may not have. We'll find out. So there you go. We now have a very, very basic multi-block structure that is also our crafting and setup, the beginnings of it anyway. So if I were to go down here and take a look, no, there's no power. Why is there no power coming in there? See, he's got power. He's got power. I wonder if I have to power those independently. I don't think I do. At least I didn't think I did. Are those getting power? Yeah, those have got power. Because they're linked via smart cable. I'm concerned that none of these have power, though. He's got power, obviously, because he's hanging out with that guy. And he has power. I wonder why. Well, we'll find out as we go along here. So that is one layer down. Now we got to move ourselves up. Now let's just put this guy back like that for now. And we got to move up our bridge. All right, so now for the next layer up. And this is where we're going to get a little more funky. So we're going to grab our crystal growth accelerators. And again, it doesn't really make a huge difference how we arrange these. But obviously they need to go like so. Can I put you there? Right there. There's one. There's two. There's three. And before we do this any further, we're going to grab our bucket, which is already here. And we're going to go ahead and toss him. No, not like that. In the middle. Like that. And there you have it. So now we can put our torches back. There you go. So there's our now completed charging units. Pretty slick, if I do say so myself. Now we also need some more smart cable, which we only have 7. So why don't we go ahead, we'll make some more smart cable. Super, super quick. If I can get to the door. Smart cable. So we've got 2 more smart cables. Let's go ahead and we'll make some more. Oh, we are out of flukes cable. That's fine. All right, let's make some more quartz fiber cable here. That should be enough. Yep, and we'll make as many as we can. There's some 64 of those. And now, smart cable. Wait. Oh. Would help if I actually made that. Okay. Now I can make smart cable. Perfect. Okay, so we want to also color code these. And it doesn't really matter. Wait, do I have any purple dye? I have purple flowers, but those are mysticals. Purple. How does one make purple dye? Red and blue. Can I make you? Oh, I can. Fuck yeah. Alright, so we're going to make some purple dye. Smart cable. I want some purple smart cable. There we go. That's what I wanted. So we're going to use some purple smart cable here because we're badasses. And we have to go on back to here. And we're going to say, let's put our purple smart cable like this. So this connects everything up, as you can see. And we got to put that over there. And I'll grab our 3. We're getting kind of full up, so why don't we put things we don't need back in there real quick. And grab our 3 interface terminals. So we have, of course, our pattern terminal, which I'm going to put here. Pattern terminal looks good there. This is our interface terminal, which I'll put here on the end. And then our crafting, because I like that kind of setup. So here we go. We have our interfaces there. We're also going to need other smart cable, which I'm going to use a different color. I'll use this red one again, because we don't want these totally linked up. It makes it easier to differentiate the grids this way. Right, so we go there, we go there. And then we're going to need our interfaces, which are in the box. We need 4 of them in total right now. And this is where you're going to change these into the multi-partible versions, which will now go up like this. And the reason we're doing it this way is because this will be the bottom of our multi-crafting units. So there you go, they're all connected up. And then we can go ahead and continue our actual ME controller. So if I go like this. Now the nice part is that this adds a whole host of different channels that we can run off of. And if we really wanted to, we could spiderweb this into different sections and go from there, which is kind of badass. Let's grab our crafting storage like that. Now you can see where the true multi-block nature of this comes, because as soon as we add those, it now expects us to actually complete a new multi-block structure, right? They're not actually hooked up to anything. They're disabled. Everything's going, oh dear God, what do we do? And that's fine. These are our crafting monitors, which are not super necessary. I wanted to put them in just for giggles, because this actually lets you see what's being crafted. If this was in the middle of a room or something, you could actually walk around really easily and see what's going down. So there you go. Those are all set up and looking pretty good. So if I went to here, oh, we're not getting any power yet. I wonder why. Oh, because there's no, haha, there is no storage yet. That would be why. I'm like, what's going on, man? Okay, so we got that guy there, 4 crystal growths, blah, blah, blah. Okay, everything's looking great. So now we're actually going to interface one of these interfaces, and we're going to name it. And we're going to do a couple other things, and we'll finish this guy off. Let's go ahead and name it. We're going to grab 2 of our storage units, because they got to go up top here. Like that. And we can put a 16K drive in one of them. For now. So now if I go, there is... Wait, you're not getting power. How are you not getting power? You have power. You have power too. I wonder. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go back to the drawing board for a hot minute here, guys, and be right back. Okay, guys, we are back, and I'm not 100% sure why we're not getting any power. I mean, we are getting some. It doesn't show it here on the inscribers, but they are getting power, and even if I disable that stupid energy acceptor there. So, not 100% sure what's going on. I'm assuming at the end it'll all light up and everything will be happy. But let's continue on with our build here. I've sort of finished off this layer we were working on. So now we've got the molecular assemblers in the corners like we saw. Interfaces attached to all of those. We've renamed AE2 interface, or another interface rather, called crystals, which we'll be using later on. And then an import bus with a filter and everything set up to put our crystals, so it's only going to take the actual full crystals and not take our seeds until they're grown. That pretty much wraps this layer up, so we can actually start going. We can actually kind of go up now, if I'm good about things. Ooh, shit. So if I take now, we're going to put down 4 more interfaces. These obviously don't need to be named. We're going to put them down on here, like so. There you go. So that completes your 4th layer. And then we're going to move up to layer 5. And for this, we're going to need 4 more of our interfaces, or our assembler chambers, rather. And then we'll go, as one would expect, on top of those interfaces there. And now we can actually take interfaces and put them on the corners. So I'll put 3 of them around. Let me just make sure I'm doing this correctly. Yeah. So however this will work, we're going to have interface, 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 and the last group. So everything's all kind of all hidden around, super compact like, which is kind of cool if you ask me. Everything looking good. Everything's happy. Okay, now we're going to grab our smart cable, which we should have enough. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then if I can get it in the middle, 5. So that connects everything in the middle, all nice and neat. And then, oh shit, you know what we need to do? I almost forgot. We need to put, 3 more interfaces. You know what, let's actually knock this 1 row more up. I can actually, oh shit. So I can actually get everything in there. There we go. Hold on. Let's knock this guy out of here real quick. I almost forgot. So there's going to be 15 interfaces in total, right? So we have 3, whatever, 4 pointing down, 11 pointing sideways, blah, blah, blah. Sort of way we're going to do this. So we're going to grab... Oh, we only have 1 more interface left. Shit, hold on. Okay, so you know what we're going to do? We'll make some more interfaces. Wait, did I just morph? I did. That's not what I wanted to do. Interface. Which would be this guy right here. So I need to make a couple more of you. Just to be certain, which would be 3 more, which is perfect. Alright, so these 3 will go on the interior there. You don't want to completely hog everything up. You do need a connection just kind of in general, right? So we'll have... where do I want to go? I think it really matters. You know what? We'll put the connection to that way. So we'll put... Oops. 1, 2, 3. So it's going into the middle one. like that. Perfect. So now we have everything set up. And in the middle area, obviously we have our import, our interface bus there. Everything looks pretty damn good. Now we just need to button it up with controllers, which in theory I have the ability to do. So we'll just come along the top like that. Everything lights up. Everything is happy. We have one complete interface and power for everything. And you can already see there's items in there ready to get rolling. Now on the top, if we were really badass, we could actually just completely cover the top. But I think what I'll do is I'll make this look pretty using some cable facades. Which, actually, let's try and make some facades real quick. We need cable. Oh, we do have some of those. Okay, cool. But we need more of these cable anchors, which are made right there. That's not a cable anchor. Oh, that is cable anchors. Really? Today I learned. I'll make a bunch of these. There's 34 of them. All right. So now if I wanted to make a facade. Now this obviously is going to tell me it wants glass. We don't want glass. No, we want something different. We want to put... Let's go armor. Do I have any armor blocks left? Oh, I do have futuristic armor plating blocks. Will you make them? Oh, yeah, you will. Solid. So we're going to take these, and they will go right here. 1, 2, 3. Sort of fits. I may change those around later. But let's actually test this damn system out. So you look in the left side here, we have our pattern tool. Obviously, we know this is how we make patterns. This side is our interface. And look at that. We have 31 different interfaces we can use. And there's tons of patterns in here. Like this is, realistically, I used to put so many patterns in my original molecular assembler chambers. It was overdone. Way, way over the top. Didn't need nearly as many. This should be sufficient, at least in theory. Now, I wonder if I can actually connect these. Something tells me I probably can, because right now they're not connected. What I could probably do is just make them like wireless or something, or just run like a cable underneath to those. We may also want to try and put more storage somewhere else. Like what I might do is I might make these walls just all storage units, just because I'm a jerk like that, and I can do that. At any rate, let's actually try and make some stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at the patterns we need to make real quick in the last couple minutes here. And let's make some... Do I have any blank patterns left? Don't know that I do. Let's check in this one. No, but we can make blank patterns. Blank pattern. Where be ye? Right there. Make like a bunch. 10. Alrighty, let's go take a look here, and we'll see if we can actually make these super fast. We'll dump these. Nope, not dump them in there. That's dumb. Alright, so pattern time. So let's say we're going to make some fluix crystals. Right, and we know that fluix crystals are made using 1 charged Certus quartz, 1 nether quartz, and a redstone dust. So if I were to grab some charged fluix, and we'll grab those fluix too, and we needed nether quartz, right? So we grab our staff stack nether quartz, and we go over here. We say pattern. We're going to say nether quartz, which would be this guy. Charged Certus quartz is that dude. And, oh, redstone. Which I don't know that I have any redstone left. Except for in the unit over there. Ah, screw it. I'll go grab more redstone. That's one thing I forgot. Redstone. Ooh, our inventory is getting really full. That's okay. Okay, so we got that plus that. And this will equal 2. Can I not do that for some reason? Maybe I need this guy. There we go. So that will let us make that pattern. Encoded pattern, which we'll just pick right here, and we'll go back you know, I can say in the pattern terminal in the crystals section, I'm going to say, hey, make that. So if I were to go here and say I wanted you to craft one of those, it has no midstone, so if I put redstone in there, ooh, I don't think I did it. Let's craft. Next. Missing, oh, duh. Wait, you don't have nether quartz? I thought I just gave you nether quartz. Oh, there you go. So it just made a whole bunch of those. Oops. Alright, well at least we know that works then. Okay, so we can put a bunch of those in there. The other patterns, obviously, Fluix Seed would be one pure Fluix crystal. So if I want to say Fluix Seed, Fluix Seed would be that guy, which we don't actually have to make. But you get the way that this works at any rate, guys. You can put you put all your patterns in. We'll obviously put our different pure crystals in there. The processors will actually put charged Certus quartz along with the 3 completed processors in this one, so that whenever we need it, it should just automatically restock everything for us, at least in theory. At any rate, guys, as usual, if you liked the episode, you know what to do. Go ahead and click that like button for me. Of course, you can find more work I have done in the description box below. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye!